today. Thank you.
The only reason why I haven't been competing is because none of these other guys is willing to step in the ring and compete against me. None of the other champions.
How frustrating has that been for you? Because we've talked about this before, you and I, but how frustrating is it that you haven't been able to get the fights that you really want?
I mean, it's frustrating, but it's flattering as well, you know, because one of the reasons why these guys don't want to get in the ring is because of the skill set that I bring, the tenacity, you know, my ring IQ, and etc. You know, so I mean, you got to take the good with the bad, the bitter with the sweet. So we focused, we're ready, we're hungry.
From a talent perspective, you're clearly one of the best fighters in the world, and that's how they don't even dispute that. Do you think that your inactivity is hurting in terms of what you mentioned up there about being out of the town, that people don't see you as much?
I mean, it could be possible. It could be a possibility. I'm not really sure. It's really not my job to focus on that. You know, I just focus on being the best that I can possibly be whenever I do compete.
What do you think of Tug? How do you view him in terms of the types of opponents you fought recently? Do you feel he's one of the better guys that you fought recently?
I mean, I think styles makes fights. I think he's technically better than some of the guys that I competed against. I would love to see him fight against Jojo Diaz. Jojo Diaz will probably give him a run for his money. You know, Jojo is strong, rough, rugged. You know, he more has a boxer style. You know, so it's a different type of style. Styles makes fight. I think he's more technical, you know, than just a brawler. You know, so we'll have to have a different approach. Not more of a different approach, but you know, much more subtle approach to him. You know, I think it's going to be a high-speed chess match.
He obviously has not fought anyone nearly as good as you as a professional.
Correct.
You have. You fought
Correct.
Jojo's a good fighter too. How much of an advantage is he? He's taking a huge step up.
Of course. I mean, I take my hat off to him. Why wouldn't he take a chance? You know, once again, I'm fighting these guys that has everything to gain and nothing to lose. You know, so I think he's going to bring his best that he can possibly bring. If he loses to the best fighter in the world, one of the best fighters in the world. You know, and he's taking a chance at trying to create an upset, and if he wins, he will beat one of the best fighters in the world. You know, I just personally don't feel as though he have enough to do it.
I heard on the BBC podcast last week that you mentioned that if you don't get the Santa Cruz unification fight next, then you can take your title.
Of course.
Can you discuss that with you?
Yeah, I mean, if I don't get a Leo Santa Cruz next, God willing, like I said, we never overlook or underestimate anyone. Never in a million years. That's why I prepare myself to the best of my ability. You know, but God willing, we get through this guy. If I don't have a signed contract stating that Leo Santa Cruz will take a fight, then I definitely plan on vacating my title and moving up, jumping 2 weight classes, going directly to 135, and challenging these bigger guys. You know, because I'm not getting the fights in my weight division. Maybe they need to feel as though they have somewhat of a disadvantage. Maybe they need to fight a smaller guy. Maybe at that point we'll get some of the fights that we want.
But you don't have trouble making 126.
Not at all. I'm comfortable. I'm completely comfortable at 126. I compete at 135 easily as well. My weight never really fluctuates that much. I walk around at maybe 135, you know, or something like that. It's not really a big issue, not a problem with me making weight, so we're good.
There's nothing at 130 that really interests you all that much?
There's nobody at 130 that want to compete against. You know, the only reason why I was to stop at 130 was specifically for Tevin Farmer, because he was one of the only guys that mentioned my name. That he said he wanted to compete against me. He said if he get past JoJo that he wanted to fight me. I'm one of those guys that will answer the call. You know, I'm a true fighter. I'm a real warrior. I'm 126 pounds. If somebody walked in this room and they was 150 pounds, it doesn't matter. If they say they want to fight me, level them up.
Did you see the Diaz Farmer fight?
I seen bits and pieces of it, but I felt like that was going to be the outcome of the fight.
You thought JoJo would win?
Yeah, I felt like JoJo would definitely win the fight. I think he brought too much tenacity. He was strong. Tevin Farmer, he's a good boxer, but he already lost like 4 times. I think he got stopped once before. You know, I think he didn't have the physical strength. I don't think he had enough power to keep a real animal off of him. You know, and JoJo was coming in. The proof was in the pudding. He couldn't keep JoJo off of him.
At 135, you mentioned it looks like Davis is going to fight Santa Cruz. That's what I've been told.
I'm not sure if that fight was to happen. I think Tank Davis, unprofessionalism would catch up to him. There's no way in hell that he would make 130. He moved up to, he was at 26 at one point, then he was at 30, and then he was at 35, you know, and he couldn't hold the weight for 35 realistically, you know, for this last fight with Gamboa. I think his unprofessionalism would catch up with him, and I don't think he'll be able to make the weight for that fight if they would compete at 130 even.
Okay. Assuming they do fight, just who would you like to fight at lightweight, assuming that they fight next?
If they were to fight next, who would I want to fight? I want the winner. I want the winner. I want the winner of whoever competes. And if I can't, I don't want to be fighting just anybody. These guys with no names, these types of cab drivers and etc. that some of these guys have been competing against. You know, I want someone that's in the upper echelon. I need somebody in the top five or any one of these champions.
You mentioned Haney and
Devin Haney is in the weight division. Teofimo Lopez is up there. I definitely would love a rematch with Vasily Lomachenko. Who else is up there?
There's a vacant title. They're doing the Luke Campbell and Fortuna fight. So
that's a vacant title. They're fighting for the WBC. That's another one. Their name on the list too. They can get it too. They can definitely get it too.
Do you think Lomachenko will beat Lopez?
I'm not sure. You know, in the sport of boxing, when you got these little gloves on, you know, everyone has a puncher's chance. You know, everyone has the opportunity to do so. You can't ever underestimate nobody or overlook anyone. I do think Teofimo Lopez, he's hungry, he's driven, and once again, he's in a position where he has everything to gain and nothing to lose. You know, so a lot of those guys, they push a lot. They push a little harder. They're much a little more hungrier than a lot of these champions are. So, only time will tell.
Yeah, Gary, was by any chance Shakur and Josh Warrington been talking about maybe making a unification fight? Do those two fighters, if they happen to fight each other and unify, does that interest you, or looking for something else?
Not at all. I plan on moving up. Immediately after this fight, if I don't get Leo Santa Cruz, I'm moving up to 130.
And of course, the Gervonta Tank Davis and Leo Santa Cruz seems like the politics has kind of kept you out from maybe that, but it seems like there's some stuff going on with Gervonta. If that happens to kind of prevent that Leo Santa Cruz, is there any reason why Leo Santa Cruz wouldn't fight you then at that point if he can't get the Tank fight?
I don't know. We've been in the same weight division for the last 4 years. I've had the title for the last 4 years. What's the reason for him not fighting me then? I have the most prestigious title that there is in the sport of boxing, which is the WBC. It's one of the most noticeable sanctioning bodies in the sport of boxing right now. Why is it that none of the other champions has been trying to get this title? Because I'm the one that's holding it. There's a reason for that. You know, so I guess I got to push these guys back against the wall and make them have to fight. And I'm actually getting to a point where I'm tired of picking on people that's not willing to fight. I'm tired of picking on Leo Santa Cruz. You know, if he don't want to fight, that's not a problem. I'll move up in weight, like I said. You know, we got bigger fish to fry.
And then with by moving up in weight, Devin Haney's with a different promoter. I'm with Matchroom. Teofimo Lomachenko top rank. Do you think there'd be any kind of political boundaries that would prevent maybe you getting those fights, or your name would bring them up?
I'm one of the few fighters that's in a very unique situation because I'm a world champion. I'm not signed to any promoter, manager, or any major network. I'm a complete free agent. Me and Al Hammond, we have a great business working relationship. But I have the flexibility to move however I please. So I don't think any of those things would stand in the way of me getting any of these fights made.
Would you want, by going up 135, maybe, I wouldn't say like a tune-up or get acclimated?
I don't want no tune-ups. I don't need no tune-ups. I don't want none of that. Apparently these dudes feel as though that they need some sort of an extreme disadvantage. Me moving up in weight would give them the disadvantage that hopefully they'll be willing to take a fight at them.
So as far as this year is concerned, do you have another fight on the books? Like, for example, have you made a determined effort to be like, you know what, in 2020 I'm going to fight more than once like this year?
Definitely. We had promises that we can probably get another fight. Once again, God willing, we get through this guy. We have made promises that we can get a date, either May or June. Hopefully we can get a Leo Santa Cruz or one of these other guys that we're talking about. I'm not sure that as of yet though.
So in regards to Tug Nyambayar, now I've got a chance to watch a lot of tape on him over the last few days. I'm trying to figure out, in my personal opinion, he is one of the best fighters you have fought, in regards to technique over the last several years, but do you feel that he's a real danger? like in regards to like a skill set?
I feel like anyone that has 6 to 8 weeks to prepare for no one else but you is a dangerous individual. You always have to look at it that way. You know, this is a very, very brutal sport. Anything can happen at any given time. Once again, we never underestimate nobody. Anytime you step in the ring with someone, they're definitely a threat.
Okay, I have one more question. This had came up during a fan chat, and it's a question I'm sure you probably answered before. Somebody answered, what's the deal with the names, all the Garys? Like, what's the story?
I guess that's something you're going to have to talk to my father about. But
Okay.
if you want me to personally elaborate on it, you know, normally you can't really pass on your lineage through a daughter. You
Okay.
can pass on your name through your son, you know, because in most cases, if your daughter was to get married, they're going to take on someone else's name. And with your son carries on your legacy. Your son carries that on. And I felt as though that my father just wanted his to continue to be carried on.
Oh,
and
threat.
guess what? I had 2 sons, and they're both named as Gary as well.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
So that's going to always get passed on.
Okay.
Hey, Garrett, one last question. I've seen this old video of you with a prospect, Jalil Hackett. You guys were very young. He was like a little kid. He's, I think, turning professional coming up. It seemed like you were a mentor in the video I saw a couple years ago. Did you guys have any relationships or anything throughout in that area?
I mean, he worked with us for a while. I think my father helped mold him into the individual that he is now. I think they want to do something a little different. They want to try to take their career in a different position or in a different direction. All I can do is wish the best for them, and hopefully they can get the job done. You know, boxing is a very, very brutal and tough sport. Only very selective few get to meet or get to make it to the pinnacle or to the top of the sport. You know, all we can do is keep our fingers crossed.
Oh, wow. But you worked with them and your family and everything.
Yeah. You know, they definitely work with us for a while now. I think they're now with the Mayweather team. You know, so hats off to them. All I can do is wish them the best.
Thank you, Gary. Wish you the best of luck.